Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 2 in English 112 online, IO8. I wanted to just give you a quick overview of the week and sort of walk you through some of the things that I'll be asking you to do. Last week, you just basically learned about the course and you read about some of the academic context for the course and just more of an introduction. This week we're going to get into your topic selection. You will be choosing one topic to use for the entire semester. You'll also be doing your research on that one topic. At the beginning, that may seem like a lot of work, and I understand that, but really, if you think about it, it's much more productive and better use of your time to research the one topic and use those research findings to complete all of your assignments. That way you're not stopping and starting throughout the semester. And it's kind of a cool thing to explore a topic and become somewhat of an expert on it. I think this will help you when you go away to a university. If you plan to transfer to a four-year university, it'll help you understand that major better. Also, you may be in an interview one day and they ask you questions about your knowledge in the field, and so you sort of enter those two scenarios with added layers of knowledge for aspects of your career interest. So this is not as bad as it sort of seems here at the beginning. At the beginning, it may seem like a lot of work, but honestly, as you lay these foundational points for the semester, as you gather research and as you become more comfortable with the topic, honestly, it gets easier, and you're able to sort of cultivate some interest in one area and not, like I said, just stop and start and just feel like you're doing projects for no good reason. Everything that you do this semester should be centered on a career interest, field of study that you plan to pursue. And I do understand that some of you may still be in high school or you may be at the beginning of your academic journey, but this is a great opportunity to decide if your interest really is in the career field that you think it will be in. A lot of students think, hey, I'm going to be a nurse or an engineer, but they really haven't explored those topics or those careers very much, and maybe they don't understand all that's involved in the career, and once they research an aspect of it, it either really piques their interest further, or it may be something that helps you decide to look further into another option. So just stick with this. It's not as bad as it may seem. Week 2 is a little bit daunting because I'm asking you to explore the topic. I'm also asking you to read a couple of chapters, and you have a quiz. So there's a lot going on this week, but you'll be able to get through it with no problem. So with the one topic that you'll be choosing in week 2, or at least beginning to think about, I want you to do some explorations online. You won't hear me or see in any of my notes me promoting Google searches a lot or anything like that, but this week is a good time to do that because just like you probably do in your personal life, you will want to explore a couple of different topics. A lot of times in our personal life, we'll get curious about something and we'll go on Google and we'll just search a lot. We sort of get lost in the vortex of Google, but that's no different in this class. I'm just asking you to explore a topic, to explore a couple of topics, and just to see where your interest lies and also what's available on Google. So I'm also going to point out some things that you can do with the JCC library to help with your career topic. It's just, I'm really asking you to not just settle on one thing right from the beginning. I want you to explore it fully, and I want you to see what's available in a lot of different areas. Once we go further into the research, I will not be wanting you to use Google research things that you found. I want you to use more of the scholarly research items that you'll find in the JCC library databases. But for right now, at the beginning, I certainly encourage you to explore. A lot of times Google's not a bad place to just explore, get some ideas of what's out there, and then that'll give you sort of some keyword searches or some ways to go back to the databases to narrow your search a little bit further. Next week, we're going to be doing an interview with a professional. So once you settle in on what your topic will be, or even if you're just still sort of trying to decide, you'll know what your career field or your topic of interest will be. Then I want you to find someone in that profession to interview. You will be able to do this in person, which is the way I think works best. If you can meet someone, have someone to network with in the future, or you can just do it online through FaceTime, any way that works best for you. I know sometimes you might know someone in another state. For instance, maybe you have an aunt or uncle who works in the medical field and you'd like to speak to them about their career. I do allow that you do that through, online resources. You can email or do FaceTime or something if the person is not readily available. But I do certainly support you doing the interview face-to-face, because I think it's great to get out of your comfort zone and sort of get out into the world and meet some people and talk to them in their careers. And most of the time people are very excited to speak to you about their careers. Once someone has had some experience in a career, oftentimes they enjoy sharing those experiences with someone who's interested in the same career. So don't be too embarrassed or scared to reach out to someone. Even if you don't know them, you can always email them and see when their availability is. That has worked for my students in the past, so don't be afraid of that. I'll speak to that more specifically next week, but as you think about your career field and what you plan to do for a living and what you plan to do with your education, think about who you might be able to interview. And you do not have to know them personally, but if you do, that's fine, but don't be afraid to reach out. And again, that interview assignment is in week 3, but I wanted to go ahead and tell you about it in case you want to start planning or reaching out to some people this week so that you can schedule it for next week. Okay, so this week, like I said, you're going to be choosing a topic, and I want you to do some preliminary searches for that. So I wanted to just show you, I'm going to go over to Google, and I'm just going to type in issues in nursing. And as you see with Google, and remember this is a commercial search engine, people have paid for positioning with Google, so the first few you see are usually either the most popular or the ones that have been paid for. And also notice that we have 497 million hits with just this inquiry. So there's no way you're going to look through all of those, but I think this is just a way to just get your feet wet with it and just see what's out there. So the first thing that I noticed that popped up was the 5 of the biggest issues facing nurses today. And so this is a great way to just familiarize yourself with the nursing industry, maybe read through and see what's being discussed here. But at the same time, as good researchers should do, go through and make sure this is a valid site and something that has merit for a scholarly inquiry. So, you can just go through and read. A lot of times I suggest that students maybe take some notes when they do this kind of thing. Take notes on what you use as your search words, what you see, and then sometimes you can just write down some terms that you find, because then you can transfer those over to the scholarly research that you'll do moving forward. But anyway, I just noticed workplace violence. There have been some shootings in hospitals in the past couple of years. Short staffing. Obviously, we're in a nursing shortage, so that's an issue. Long working hours. A lot of nurses say that they don't want to do the 12-hour shifts, that it's too much of a stress on their body. Workplace hazards. And I think, what was the first one? Compensation. So salaries. So those are just some very broad topics in the nursing industry, and just 5 of them. I want you to also notice that a lot of places online you can sign up for weekly emails or daily emails, and that's another great way to stay in touch with your career field. As a scholar, as someone that's pursuing an academic endeavor, you want to be in touch with the things that are happening in your career field that you hope to join. And so it's not a bad idea to go ahead and sign up for a few little things that you can get in your email, and that way you can also stay informed about topics. As you can see here, there are some subcategories, and so mainly I'm just asking you to just explore, see what you find. I'm not asking you to pick a topic out of midair. And I don't want you to ask your mom or dad or brother, sister, friends, hey, what should I write about? I want this to be something that you explore and that you discover on your own through preliminary research. You probably would not use this review post in any kind of citation with a project moving forward. You're just going to be using it to read through and get some information. And this would not be something that would serve as a source in a paper or any of the upcoming assignments that we'll do, but it can serve as just some getting to know you types of information as you explore your topic. I'm a member of a professional society. I'm a member of a couple of them, but this was just one I brought up. By being a member of this, I do pay a little bit each year, but I do get to see research and published articles. So a lot of these organizations will have public publications, and so another good thing to do, I just thought I would show you this, that I'm on this page and they have a publication, they have research, I can go through and see topics that are featured, but a lot of times these types of sites just have public information. So I'm going to do another Google search here. So I can just type in professional, if I can spell it right, organizations in nursing. And this is another way to maybe just go through and just explore. So, and then we see here scholarly articles for professional organizations in nursing. So this is a great way to explore a topic, to see what are some hot button issues in the field, and just explore. So I'll just go to the first one. I'm not sure, since I'm not a nurse, if they would have anything available just for public, but they might. This is just one of those things that you just sort of have to go through and explore. I think as a student, you probably shouldn't feel too pressured to join these organizations, because you may change your major along the way and you don't want to spend a lot of money on an organization. Once you do choose to, here's some news. Once you do choose your career, it's not a bad idea. Sometimes these organizations have student fees, and full-time students can get a reduced rate if they want to join the organization. It's a great way to network and, get more in depth with your career field. So let's just see what's in the news. So I clicked on news, and you could just click through here and see. Let's see. Not really sure. News releases. Sometimes you can go through it. It's sort of like a rabbit hole, but you can, like Alice in Wonderland, you're going to fall down the rabbit hole of research. But you can just go through and just see what they have shared. It doesn't take long. I think this is something that you probably do in your personal life a lot with Instagram and Snapchat and all the places we go for social media just to get our news these days. We do fall into these sort of rabbit holes of information, and we just keep going and going. But sometimes when we ask you to do the research, you maybe hesitate to do it because you think it'll just take too long. But really, it's not that bad. I think you can go through and just scan through and see what interests you. So let me go back to our course. If you look in the left side menu over here, there's a tab for resources. This is going to connect you to a couple things, but the second choice on the list is the JCC library. So if you click on that, this connects you to the databases. This is where you'll do the scholarly research for your assignments in this class. But as you're looking for your topic, you can also go to Databases, Electronic Resources, click on that, and then you'll see a couple things. You'll see all these choices that you have down through here, and then on the left side, you'll see that they've organized it by different interests, different career interests. So if I want to go through here, I've sort of been doing nursing, so let's see if I can stick to that. I don't know. Yeah, nursing. So if you click on a certain career field, then it's going to organize it for you to give you some databases that you can explore for your career topic. So all of these things that have come up are in the field, the career field for nursing. So you could just hit ProQuest. I don't know what we're going to find. I've got to fix my password because it changed. Let's see. Bear with me just a second. We can just go in here and say issues in nursing. I don't know what'll come up. Hopefully it'll work. So this is another way you can explore your topic. Just see what has been published within the nursing field if that's your career interest. So as you can see, there are a lot of things that you can sort of go through and see if anything piques your interest, because again, you want your topic to be something you already have maybe some sort of curiosity about or some sort of interest in, as you know, why did you choose this career, and something that you're interested in. So for instance, I had a student a couple of years ago. She wanted to be a nurse. Once we spoke about her exploration of the topic, she said she wanted to be a pediatric nurse. Then she did some of this preliminary research, and she found out about a system called kangaroo care. It's when there is a premature baby, they need to make sure that baby does well, grows, flourishes, and so the kangaroo care is skin-to-skin contact while the baby is in the NICU unit. And so she decided to explore that further, and that's how she developed her topic. So not all NICU units maybe don't use the kangaroo method of skin-to-skin contact. I'm not sure. But she researched that, and she developed a claim to sort of maybe combat the problem of trying to make these premature babies grow and flourish and do better in their recovery and growth as they are in the NICU unit. So that was a really interesting thing. I thought that she took an interest and something she hoped to do as a nurse one day, and then she developed it into her topic. Okay, the other place, and some of you may have done some of this in 111, the other place that you can go. Sorry, I recently changed my password, so it keeps taking me back to put it in there. Let's see if it'll go past that. Another place that you can go that I think is a really great resource when you're looking for a topic is Opposing Viewpoints. This has a lot of recently published articles and things that are sort of controversial. And even here at the beginning, you'll start to see some featured issues that they can connect you with. So I can again type issues in nursing, and it'll give me some academic articles and connections that I could further explore. Once again, the main purpose of this exercise is for you to figure out the direction for your research for this semester. And again, I am not looking for the common nursing shortage, and that's your topic. I want you to pick something that's more unique, more focused, more narrow, and has a purpose. Like, what would you be trying to prove about the shortage in nursing? The solution to that wouldn't be educate more nurses, because we all know that. In academics, we know that we need to educate more nurses. But you would, if you did decide to go with the shortage in nursing, you would need to really develop the topic specifically and uniquely so that it's not just common and cliche. And you're always welcome to reach out and email me if you have any questions about this. But this week, let me get back to week 2. This week on your discussion board, you're going to post 3 paragraphs about 3 different topics. So first you're going to do your preliminary research, then you're going to go to the discussion board and post 3 paragraphs to sort of pitch 3 different ideas or 3 different areas of interest for your topic. And then as a learning community, as a class, we're going to give feedback to our classmates. So you're going to post a 350-word, or probably more with the 3 paragraphs, but 3 paragraph post with 3 different topics, 3 different kind of issue with solution types of scenarios. And then classmates are going to choose 2 classmates to respond to, and then I want you to give each other some feedback to say, yeah, that would work, or here's something that I've learned in another class that I think you might it might help you to develop your topic further, or here's an article I read recently and I think that may help you. I want y'all to build that learning community and respond back to each other's topics so we can help each other form the best topic, a good, unique, and seasoned academic, scholarly topic. Okay, so a couple other points I want to make is you'll have a quiz this week, and with that quiz it does have 42 questions. I don't want you to be shocked when you see that. That's probably one of the more detailed quizzes you'll have. It will be on chapters 1 through 4. Just plan enough time to sit down and do that. As you know, my quizzes are timed, and it will time out if you would leave. It's not going to save all the work. It is timed, and you want to have enough time to answer those 42 questions. You'll also have a research log this week, in addition to reading the chapters, exploring your topic, taking the quiz. The research log will center around your exploration of your topic and coming up with the semester-long topic that you'll choose. Like I said at the beginning, this is going to be a busy week, but laying the foundation is important. Once you do that, things get a little easier because then you're just focused on that one topic. So this week might be a little busy, but I know you can do it. Have every faith in you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me by email. I'll be glad to answer. If you're on campus, you're welcome to come by during my office hours, Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 12:15. And if you need an alternate time, just ask me and we can set something up if you want to meet with me in person. All right, have a great week, and I look forward to seeing what you do with these topics.